Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I am working finally in my December daily album. I have been a super slacker this season. I've had some days off, but I don't know, I've just been doing other things, keeping busy with other stuff, so I haven't had a lot of time or devoted a lot of time to doing my December daily, so I am super far behind, which I've decided is just fine. I'm just going to take my time with it. I definitely am way past Christmas as far as getting this done. I think I've gotten maybe like the first 4, maybe 5 days done in the album so far. And so today I'm just showing you the first day or two. What I decided to do this year is not really do it by days per se. I'm kind of going in chronological order, but I'm not like numbering the pages day one, day two, day three type of thing. It just doesn't seem to work. And I don't have pictures for every day. With my daughter getting older and just, things different as, people get older and traditions change and all that other good stuff. I just don't take as many pictures. And so I don't really necessarily have to have a picture for every day. And I don't have a story for every day either. So I'm just kind of using the photos that I have, telling the stories I do have, and not worrying about what particular day that I'm on. So this particular layout is just of the Christmas lights that I'm putting out at the house. I picked up a few new things from the store. We have been wanting to get some deer, so you can see in that picture that I have laying down there at the house that there are 3 little deer that I added to the yard. Those are new this year. I have been wanting to get some, but they're always super expensive. And I ended up finding these all 3 together in a set, and they're a flat pack. So they lay flat in a box. They don't take up a lot of storage space, and they weren't very expensive. They're under $100 for all 3 of them, which I really like because a lot of the ornaments and or not ornaments, but lights and things like that can get pretty expensive. And this cute dog that I'm cutting right now was just freaking adorable. It had like a little fur on it and stuff, and I thought it was perfect for the porch. And it also wasn't awfully expensive. I think I paid around $30 for him, and he's probably about 2 feet tall or so, maybe a little bit more. And I just thought he was super adorable, so I couldn't pass him up. So those are my 2 new kind of items that I put out on the front this year. And then I also have lights on the shrubs. And then I have this kind of rotating colorful light that I had put on the garage, which is new, not new as far as the light, but I hadn't usually put that on the garage in the past. And I thought I'd try something a little different. I think since most of my lights are these white lights, I may switch over to a different kind of rolling light or something to put on the garage next year. But I didn't want to buy anything else since I already purchased the deer and the dogs, or the dog. So I'm just taking my layout here and I am mounting most of these photos. I did trim some of them down. I just didn't need all the extra space around them. So the picture of the house that's lit up, I had a lot of grass in the picture and I didn't really need to show a bunch of grass. So I trimmed that off and I just kind of cropped some things down a bit, like the dog. There was just some extra space around him and I didn't want to take up that space on the paper or the page. So I ended up just trimming him down. I want to add this vellum to the deer photo. So I am doing a decorative punching on the edge of the vellum, just using this Stampin' Up! Old border punch. And I am lining it with some white paper to do the punching. The vellum is super thin and the punch tends to just make it funky. So by adding that extra layer of paper, that really helps to make a cleaner punch. So now I'm just gluing everything down. I'm going to add that to the vellum. And I do a lot of inking. I decided to do inking in this album. I really like the look of it. I just think it gives some depth to the things that I'm adding to the page. So you will see that I do some inking. I try to take out some of it so you're not watching me ink a ton, but I do have some of that in the video as well. Now, after I mounted this, I am just snipping it down. I just want a very thin border on this one, and I'm going to glue that to the very top of the page once I get the borders cut the way I like it. They were a little thick still, so I decided to trim them down just a bit more. I absolutely love these Tim Holtz scissors. I love that they're really big. So if you have a smaller thing like this photo that you're trying to cut, it really helps to give you a very nice straight line if you don't feel like using a paper trimmer because you have a big long blade on the scissors. And I just absolutely love them. So I highly recommend those Tim Holtz scissors or something like that that have a very nice straight edge. You don't have to get the Tim Holtz ones, but the ones with the longer um, blade on them really helps to keep your things straight if you're not using a trimmer. So I am using my Scotch little glue gun there. This is some adhesive that I got from, I think, Cat Scrappiness possibly. So it's not the 3M adhesive, but it is super sticky. I'm super happy with the adhesive that I have. I don't use that gun very often. I haven't really been doing a lot of scrapbooking lately. I've been doing a lot of junk journaling, so I use glue stick and liquid glue mostly when I'm putting my journals together. But when I do scrapbooking, I like to use that 3M gun, and the adhesive that I have is really great. And because all of these pages are exposed, there's nothing in page protectors. I wanted to make sure I used a strong adhesive that also, and I also wanted to use a lot of the adhesive to make sure these things are going to pop off the page here in a couple years. So now I'm just mounting all of the photos on the right-hand side of the page. This paper is from 49th and Main. It is their new collection for 2023. I don't remember off the top of my head what it is, but I do have that information in one of my first videos when I was talking about how I was going to put this album together and what I'd be using. If I do see it, it's on these branding strips, so you might be able to see it in one of these shots in the video. But if you guys don't have that information or you want to know that information, just leave a comment below and I can look that up for you and get that replied to. While I'm mounting this, I wanted to say thank you guys for joining me. Again, thanks for being patient with waiting for these. I will probably, or at least try to post several more videos. It's obviously after Christmas, so hopefully you're not completely tired of Christmas stuff. And even if you are, just because it is Christmas doesn't mean you can't take some ideas from these pages and do it for any other pages. It doesn't have to be Christmas pages. So I'm hoping you're going to enjoy some of these videos that are coming up that I'm going to post of my December daily. And if you guys are really still catching up, these are perfect videos as well to keep you motivated to get your journal made and put together, however you're doing it this year. So these are some tags that I had made up earlier. Basically, they're just some digitals that I printed, I mounted to some paper, and then I stitched around them. So some of them I'm going to use for tags that like go into a little pocket, but this one I'm just going to glue down to the page. Now I'm looking at what I want to do to decorate the page. The little scene that I put down under the dog, that was a printable. These are die cuts from the 49th and Main collection. I thought this word would be really cute at the very top. I don't end up using amazing. I actually pull out a couple more. There's like believe, magical, some other things. And I end up using merriest for this. So I'm just kind of going through these and trying to figure out what was going to look the best. And I just like how that fits up there nicely, and I like the sentiment as well. And then I'm going to use this little holly bingo card, and I'm just layering just for decoration. There's not really any purpose other than just decorating the page at this point. And I don't think I end up showing it on the video or in the pictures, or maybe in the pictures there is, but I end up doing journaling on that left flap where I have the deer picture. And I end up using my vintage typewriter, typing on kind of a cream color book page, and then just cutting out the strips and putting that on that left-hand side. So I think you might see it in the photos, but if you don't, that's kind of how I ended up journaling on this page. Now I'm looking for some embellishments for the left-hand side. I pulled out that word strip, that star, and then I'm going to pull out one more star that's going to go over there as well. Just trying to figure out if there's anything else I want to put on this page. I like this saying too, but it just seemed like it was too much, so I decided to not go with that. So now I'm clipping it down just so I can lay it flatter. I'm sorry for the glare on the photos. That's the only bad thing. I am in my basement where I craft, and I don't have any natural lighting, so I have to rely on studio lighting and overhead lighting, and it ends up really glaring on these glossy pictures, so I apologize for the glare, but there's not much I can do. I've tried to move my lights around different angles and things like that, but it just doesn't seem to work to get the glare to go away. So I just do my best to try to minimize it as much as possible. Now I'm going to glue everything down. I have inked around a lot of things. I'm gluing things down. I do need to ink around some things on the right-hand side still. I'm going to add the stars as well. I punched out the middle of the stars. Those were just extra pieces that I didn't need on there. Using my beacon glue there. This is an alcohol-based glue that is archival, and I really like how it sticks and it doesn't bubble the page. So I like to use it a lot, especially when I'm doing fabric, but I kind of go between this and my art glitter glue as far as liquid glue goes. While I'm gluing those down, I just want to say again, thanks for joining me today. If you're enjoying the videos and you want to see more of these, please let me know by clicking the thumbs up button. If you haven't already, I'd love to have you subscribe. I saw that there's a lot of people watching my videos recently, but not as many people watching my videos are subscribed. So I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel. It really, really helps me out and it lets me know that you guys are interested and you want to see more content. Also, it just tells me, that you want to get notifications that new videos are coming out and things like that. Also, if you want to know when a new video is coming out, there's a little bell icon that you can click as well, and that will give you a notification when I have a new video posted. So I didn't really like how that was placed. The Merriest wasn't going to fit quite right, so I just had to peel that apart and glue that back down, just a little bit different position so the Merriest fit and it wasn't covering too much of the photo. Again, using lots of adhesive, I want to make sure these do not fall off. I put that at a little bit of an angle. I just thought that would be kind of cute. This is a very kind of loosey-goosey junk journal. I didn't really want to be too formal with anything, so I'm definitely playing around. And I'm just really taking my time too. These videos you're going to see are probably a bit longer than some of my other December daily videos, only because I'm just kind of just taking my time, just having some fun. I don't want to be too worried about the fact that I'm filming, so I'm hoping you're going to enjoy these either way. I do have the process sped up a bit, otherwise you'd be watching like 3-hour videos, and you guys don't want to do that, I'm sure. So hopefully the speed is okay on these. This one is not too awfully fast. Some of the videos just, again, to get them in and not have like an hour or so long video, I did speed them up a bit more. So hopefully that isn't too bad for you guys and you guys can keep up. If you guys have any questions, like I said, always leave those in the comment section below. I love hearing from you guys as well. So anytime you have any questions or you just want to chit chat, I'd love to hear from you. So please leave comments. Now that I have everything glued down, I do want to add something to that tag. It looks a little naked. It feels like it needs to have some string, so I will punch a hole in the top of that tag, and I'm going to tie some twine that is red and green twine. I think I got the twine from Michael's a couple years ago, maybe last year, and I think this is really cute, and I like the rustic feel of it. First, I'm going to tie it like just in a knot, but I didn't like how that was laying, so I end up just looping it and pulling it through, and you'll see that here in a second. I just like that better. It just lays nicer. And I like how the strings go up and not to the side. I don't like to have tags that don't have any kind of topper, so I always tend to put something on the tags when I'm decorating my albums. And I like how that looks a lot better. I just like how that sticks up a lot better. Adding a bit more adhesive in a couple places where I feel like it wasn't sticking down very well. And then the next thing I'm going to move on to, I think, is, what am I going to do next? Am I going to do some journaling? I know I do some journaling at the end. I'm pretty sure I don't show that process. Again, I just use my vintage typewriter and that ends up working perfectly. I love my vintage typewriter. I don't know if you guys have a vintage typewriter, but those are so much fun to play with. I'm going to use the stickles here. I thought it would be fun to have a little sparkle since it is a Christmas album and I'm doing a light page. Sparkle is always nice. This is a really pretty kind of a copper color sparkle and I'm just putting it in a couple places and then just dabbing it down with my fingers. I didn't want to have two like straight lines or anything and I kind of just wanted to have the sparkle kind of all over. So I'm going to add it here to these stars and then I'm going to also add it to the tag and that little word strip at the bottom right hand side of the page, that one that's red. It says Christmas address labels 10 cents. I thought that was cute. And then I'm just going to add some onto this side of the page. Again, just putting some dots all over, but then I'm going to use my finger to smush it around. And this page is almost done. I want to thank you guys again. I have some videos or sorry, some photos coming up. If you have any questions, leave those below. And I'm so glad you were here. Hope you had a wonderful holiday season. I know New Year's is tomorrow, so hopefully you guys have a happy and safe New Year's. And I will be back very soon with the next video. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Bye, everybody.